Hello awesome people, welcome back to Software Inc. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to start over, and that is because Alpha 11 is here. I just recorded the last few videos you saw on the channel of Alpha 10, and I was already waiting for the little cat is sort of it's sort of distracting me from what I want to say, but yeah, I was waiting for Alpha 11 for a long time. It didn't really come, so I decided, let's do another series on Alpha 10 then. And at that point, Alpha 11 hit right in the middle of the series. So yeah, we're gonna start over. We're gonna sort of continue the season we were doing. Basically, we're gonna just pretend like we sold the company we had, and we're now starting a new company. Let's call it that. We're going to take a look at all the new things in Alpha 11, and in this episode we're also going to show you guys how to make, in my opinion, easy money in Alpha 11. I've seen a lot of guys actually having trouble with making money in Alpha 11 at the start. I've actually seen YouTubers going bankrupt in Alpha 11. So let's try and make some easy money, and I'm going to show you how I think it is the easiest way of getting money in the game at the start. It's not just doing contracts, because that's another way of making money, but I have a way of making even more money for less effort, basically. So yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to call the new company Hiptech Industries. Just a cool little name, I think. And we're going to play with the character Mr. Hipbone. It's the same character as always. We're going to make an optimistic extrovert, which is just basically, I think it's the best sort of combination for most of the things we want to do with our character. We want to be a good leader, so we need a high social skill. We want to be a little bit more a faster learner than a hard worker, because we want to learn fast in the beginning and then work hard later on. And we don't want to be stressed or lazy. Basically, this is the worst. If your employees are lazy or stressed, that's going to be very bad. I'm having one mod, which is the experience mod. This was also in Alpha 10, but the guy who made this mod has upgraded it to Alpha 11. It's still an experimental phase, just like Alpha 11, so we might encounter some errors and some problems. But basically what this mod does is it adds real-life companies and real-life software names into the game, and it gives some extra research options and stuff like that. So we're going to play on medium difficulty. We're going to start in 1980. We don't really have another choice. We could start later on, but 1980 would be a good start. And for this series, we're going to do days per month 2. So basically we have 2 ticks for 1 month, which will enable us to do a little bit more during each month, to have it sort of offsets the difficulty of Alpha 11, because Alpha 11 is significantly more difficult than Alpha 10 and all the alphas before. It's not as easy to just make a 2D editor, make a few million bucks, and just start off the game like that. So what we're going to do this. The last thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about this system. These are the specialties. Now, normally you had sliders and everything, or you could just choose a specialty like 2D. This time you have stars, so it's a star-based rating system basically, and we have different things. So we have development, we have leadership, and we have service. So basically what you can see now already is we have a new thing in the game, which is law, and we also have marketing and support, which is basically now all combined under service employees. So we could now have a really large service desk that could do support and could do marketing, for instance, and even could do some law if you would want that. Leader skills, you now unlock certain things with this. So if you have 3 stars in HR, you can handle complaints and salaries, you can handle education, and you can handle hiring. If you have 2 stars, you can't handle hiring, but you can do the other 2. So that's basically how you have to see the system. This is not this is working a little bit different in that sense. So automation gives us different options, and socialization gives us our options. And then we can come to the main part, which is development. Now, this works kind of in the same way as the other ones, but it don't really give you special perks. If you want to design like a really cool antivirus, for instance, you need good design skill and good programmer skill for system, which is a different thing. You need a certain amount of stars to add certain features to that software, but you need the skill, which is over here, to actually do it well. So for instance, we could have a 3-star designer in 2D, But if he's really crappy at designing, he will still design crappy 2D editors. That's basically how it works. It's a bit complicated, but it's once you get the hang of it, it's sort of, in my opinion, it works better than what we had before. And this is also the thing that we train later on. So we educate people in these certain fields. And the other thing is that, education works a little bit differently, but we will go in there once we're in there. So basically what we're going to do now, we're going to set our skills. I don't want to be good at service. I don't want to be good at art. I don't really care about those. What I do want to be good at is designing. So we're going to do it like this. So we're going to be a very good designer, a decent-ish programmer, and decent-ish leader. And we are crap at art and service. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to set 3 stars design in system, 3 stars programming in system, and then we have some stars left to choose at the beginning. So let's go into, let's actually do network. And for programming, let's also do network, just because I tend to have, this is actually what the mod enables. So if you play a new game and you don't have this, that's because of this mod. It has to do with some research. And art, for art, let's just do 2D. I don't really care. We're not going to do much art with this character, so let's just go 2D. Okay, for leadership, what do I want to do? I want to be very good at meeting at this part, because this actually gives our employees a lot of boosts. So let's go 3 stars on that. Project management, we can learn that, we can learn how to do that. I'd rather have this one, the handle complaints and salary, so I don't have to do that myself. It's just annoying. It's just basically me being lazy now. And service, let's be very good at support. So at least we can do, well, actually we could do marketing for myself. Just start off with a bit of marketing that we can actually do some good stuff. And then the support will come from our programmers or something like that. We will see. So yeah, let's go. This is basically the setup we're going to go with. Oh yeah, we're going to start with 9,000 funds. We don't need a loan. Loans are most of the time just annoying. And we're going to start in this very small starter office, which is, it says Alpha 10, but it works in Alpha 11. I've tested this. And this is just a mod I downloaded. It's just a variation on the rentable buildings that you have. As you can see, it's for rent, and we will pay a little bit amount of rent basically to be able to use this. So first things first, we're going to stop here, and we're going to basically what we have is this, and this, and we have this little small area for our guy to work in. We're going to set up a small little office. By the way, I also still have the furniture mod, of course. That is still working. I'm happy about that. So let's place a computer. Let's place a chair. Let's place what else do I want? I want to have a lamp on the desk, because these desks have a little bit more room to place stuff. I want to have a nice little book thing here. Let's hang a portrait here and a clock there. That should give us the max. Yeah, that gives us the max. Now the only thing I want is have that leadership thingy over here. I want to set this to at least be my computer, because we're going to have some employees at some point, of course. And what else do we want? Do we want more? I don't think so. I think that this is everything. Yeah, this should be everything. Yeah. So this is going to be all we have to do. Now we're going to set our, roles. So let's change the roles. I'm going to be a leader, and we're going to do designing, and all the rest. Basically, we're not going to do art. Well, we could do some art if we need to, but it will be secondary. So basically, designing and programming will be our first thing that we do, and service and art will be the second thing. And of course, we're going to be the leader. That's something we're going to do always, basically. So okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, oh, I can show you guys. Next class, this is basically, this goes up, and when this reaches 100%, you're eligible for education. So that works a little bit differently. This has actually changed, because first in Alpha 11, once these hit a certain number, so like for instance 30% and 35 or 40%, you would be eligible for education in that field. Now you are actually getting a class, basically. And once you hit the 100% on this one, you will be able to be educated in some selection of things. Which also means for us that even though we're crap at, for instance, art, we could be eligible for education in art, although we're probably never going to do art. So yeah, that's how that works in the new alpha. We're also going to manage the team here. We're going to set this, I'm going to say HR management. You're going to handle wages and complaints, and you're going to have a budget of, we're going to set a budget to 25,000. I know we don't have 25,000 now, but we're going to not use it because we don't have employees. So this is basically for the future. We can't do education or hiring, so we don't, we'll just leave that open. So vacation, that's July, that's totally fine. Once we get some employees, they can go whenever they like. I don't care. I like to just set it to the entire year because mainly what this means is that they don't go on vacation all at the same time. I'd rather have it that we miss like 1 or 2 for 1 or 2 months, and that's basically it. Yeah, that's basically good. We don't rename it right now. We're going to go full speed ahead to the next day. And the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to hire a receptionist. So we're going to hire a receptionist. She comes in at 9 till 1 o'clock. And basically this is how we're going to make money. Why did I make my guy a good designer? It's very easy. What we're going to do, we're going to design a product. We're going to design an antivirus. That's basically what we're going to do. I feel like the antivirus at that point in the game is the easiest way of getting something in there. So it's going to be an antivirus. The name is going to be Hip from HipTech. Hip Catch 'em all. Catch 'em all. Whoops. I feel like that's a good name for an antivirus. So the price, yeah, we're going to not do this. So this is also new. We can click for the different, basically the different things that we want to add, the different features. We can't do this because we need to enable networking, which is part of the mod. So yeah, so we're gonna skip this page for future projects because we don't really want to, it's another page. We have now to go to four pages at least. So Hip Catch 'em all, it's an antivirus. It's default category, which is basically the only thing we can do. It will take about a year with 2 designers and 4 programmers. We're gonna take a little bit longer probably because we are alone. Are we going to make a framework? Yes, we are going to make a framework. What a framework does is, we can actually hover over it. You can spend some development time to create a framework which you can use to speed up development for future projects in the same software category. So basically what we do is we make a sort of a framework for an antivirus right now, and all of the features that we have added in for that antivirus will be easier to add into the next antivirus if we use this framework. So basically what we do is we will make an antivirus FW, which stands for framework. Just easy. We don't have a server. We don't really need a server. We are just too small. Expected interest is 90%. So if we leave one of the features, you can see that it goes down. It also takes less time to make, but in my eyes, we have an antivirus. Starting off with an antivirus, we can easily get this to work. So next page, we have to add a operating system. So the only one that actually works for us is Xenix. So these other ones, we can't really use all the features that we have selected. So Xenix 4 by Oracle is a great one. It's the newest one. So we're gonna definitely go on that one. And that's gonna be the only one for now. It will take us 2 years now. Next page. This is also fun. You can actually slide this around and play a little bit around with your interests. Did I see? Oh, we can actually get it to 100% if we put it right here. That is fun. We can actually increase our interest by going a little bit more to passive and protection and monitoring. Okay, in my test phase that actually wasn't working. That actually, the middle was always the best, but now we have 100%. That is actually cool. I'm gonna do that. So let's do that. Next page. And let's see. So this is basically the summary. Here you have to basically develop it. But the other thing that you can do is you can choose a publisher. So when you're small, some smaller companies use publishers, which is basically bigger companies that will help them get that out. And what you can do, you can ask for extra funding, and they will get royalties. So basically they will get a certain percentage of all of your sales. Now the funding is not really worth it in my eyes. What we could do is they could market it for us so that we get a good amount of marketing. We don't have the money to buy to hire marketers, and our first product is probably gonna fail in the sense that it's not gonna make a lot of money, probably not even gonna make money. So yeah, we're gonna do marketing. They're also gonna print for us. I feel like in my test runs, I ordered the copies myself, like I mostly do. but it costs a lot of money. So let them print, let them get some extra money. And we're gonna do operating system exclusivity, blah blah blah. Hard word. This means we're basically only gonna be making it for that operating system that we chose. Which is fine by me. It's the first product. I don't really care. And it gives us a decrease in royalties by 5.8%, which is a little bit. So we're going to do that. We're basically going to make it only for Oracle's operating system. So Oracle is our publisher. They're going to pay for all of the marketing and the printing and everything. And then they get, a big part of our profit, but that's okay. And we're going to develop this. The size is small, I know it is small, but yeah, we have to do this. And the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to also work on our contract work, basically. So we're going to take, let's take two easy ones. And yeah, let's go. So the other thing that really has changed is you have now more than one iteration of a design phase. So basically what that means is the more iterations you do, the better the design will be most of the time. So that's basically how this works a little bit. Yeah, also have it for contract work, but we don't have to do these contracts for 100%. It doesn't really matter for us right now, so we can promote these and just finish them. I don't really care. We get some money, and that is fine. So how are we going to make that money that I promised you guys? That's probably what you're asking right now. Well, it's actually going to be really easy. We have a receptionist, and we're going to just wait on... I will filter this. We're going to wait on design. I don't know what IP does, but we're going to select it because I've never seen a job for IP, so we're going to just keep it. I want to see it. But yeah, we're going to keep a design job. Now, what a design job does is they pay you a fixed amount per month. It's easier to show you once we actually get one. But they pay you a fixed amount per month, and what they basically do is they pay that, and you just have to design. You don't really have to do anything. You just have to design. And even when it's done designing now, you can't over-design it because we have the iterations. Now, because we can't over-design it, we can just wait and leave the contracts going for the amount of months that they want it to be going, which is very funny, in fact, to do that. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to work on this... soon enough, but for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this and we're going to hire someone. We're going to duplicate it, we're going to put this in, and we're going to replace the leading thingy with a drawing tablet. We're going to hire another designer. We're going to basically go full on design. He's probably going to do some art too at some point, so we're going to hire someone. We're going to hire another designer, a system designer, because it's system is most important for antivirus, as well as programming as design. So both will be good enough. We will throw some money to them. Let's see, so you are a bit lazy. Yeah, same thing. I want to get someone right in between, like I always do, basically. Let's look again. We don't really have very good ones. He's exactly the same, optimistic and extrovert. Fidel Knight, you are also young, which is very good. Let's see, Annette Goodman, you're not what I like. I'm gonna hire you. Yes, we do want to hire you, even though we don't have a lot of funds left. So you're gonna do that, and we're gonna set your roles. So basically what you're gonna do, that's me. Fidel Knight, we're going to change your roles. You're going to be a designer. And do you have any other skills? So you basically... No, you don't. Well, you're going to do art and service as secondary skills. So you just train up a little bit if you can. So that's what we're going to do. Let's move on. And hopefully we will get a designing deal very, very quickly. That's basically what we're waiting for right now. We could also do some contract work now. Let's do some game assets and some logistics applications, which means basically both of our guys will develop, and then one will do the programming. I will do the programming, and the other guy will do the game assets, the art, which he is not very good at, but that's okay. So we can develop. Yeah, he is basically terrible at art. Oh, we have to set art as a... That's why he's not working on it. So we have to set art as a first role, basically. Now he's working on it. So he will actually you know, learn about that a little bit. And let's just leave this for now. Work on it a little bit more, and that's it. So we're making a little bit of money, but we still don't have a designing deal, which is annoying. So we're gonna do these two. That way we still have the other guy, Fidel Knight, developing our antivirus. So this should be good enough development-wise. We don't have to design much of it, basically. And there we go again. So how are our computers doing? We also need to hire some IT and some cleaning soon enough. But once we have those first, let's just finish it, that's okay. But once we have those first designing deals, sorry, that's my chair creaking. Once we have those first designing deals, we should be pretty easily able to just continue developing this, and also just go in with some other stuff, like hiring more people, having a cleaner and IT support just coming in every day without losing that much money. But the designing deals are waiting for us, so we have to do some more contract work. Why? Basically, because doing the contract work will increase our business reputation, and that will hopefully get us some better deals through our receptionist. That is basically how I think it works. It doesn't really explain much of it. Although I have to say I haven't really done the tutorial for this game, so it could be that I'm just, you know, basically just saying stuff that isn't really true in a sense. But that's what I find. So let's buy our own stock. Let's try to buy up our own stock, which is always a good idea. If you haven't watched any of my other series, then you know, make sure to do that, because I will explain there how to basically start off pretty easily, although it would be in another alpha. But buying your own stock is always a good idea. Why? Because if you do that before you actually make your first product, it's very cheap to do. It's all the stock will be 45,000, as you can see here. And you can just buy it up, and this will be, you know, it's worth less now. But once we have our first product and we do some good deals, some good contract work, this will go up. And sometimes after your first product has launched, I have seen that, you know, I could sell part of my stock for like 9 million. Which I'm not gonna do. It's basically just an emergency trigger. If we need it, then we can do it. So if we're in dire need of like a few $1,000,000, we can sell some stock. And of course we can also buy stock of other people, but that's not really what I want to do. Let's take one game asset, because that guy is really poor at art, so it's probably not the best idea if we take a lot of it. So how are our computers doing? They're still okay. Once they're at like 75%, I'm gonna go and hire an IT guy to clean them up a bit, to repair them a bit. That's basically how it works, how I work, basically. And once this is done, we're gonna hire programmers who are gonna make the system. We're gonna have him do the art, so Fidel Knight is gonna do the art for it. Let's actually see. We're not getting a lot of deals, which is annoying. We have to wait for it a little bit. Hopefully we will get some soon, because those are where the real money is. And I want to show you guys this, since that is basically the idea of this first video. But otherwise we're probably going to see it in the next video, and I'm going to show you how powerful this actually can become. Once you are a small company without really any products yourselves, because it can be very, very powerful. So let's take these two. They're all easy contracts, so we don't have to worry about them. Once they get, you know, once you get like 14,000 for a embedded system or logistics application, that's where the design will be a lot longer. That's where the change is. A lot of the contract work that is worth much more is actually a lot harder than it was before. That's where a lot of the people that I've seen playing, or I've seen people asking about how to make money, that's where they sort of go wrong. That's where they make the mistake for, okay, they go for big contract work, which it is, you know, the contract work now is basically really a startup. So as you can see, we're almost done with iteration 1. Now normally I would press develop now, because otherwise we will overdevelop the software, and that would just be negative for our software. But for now, we're going to do another iteration. We have some time. We aren't really in a hurry to basically get our product out. So we're now in iteration 2, and we see a new line basically appearing. It will fill up again, and basically this will help us to make it a little bit better. Oh, we have some training. So Fidel Knight is going to be better at designing. We can educate him in designing. We will make him a better system designer, because that's basically what we do. We do system design for our antivirus, as you can see. This is most of the time also system design. So we'll make him a little bit better at contract work designing, basically. So we can wait for this. Actually, we can just promote this and finish it. It's okay. That means that we can buy another one of our stocks, and now we have to do some more contract work, because otherwise we will not succeed. We will lose too much money, basically. Oh, he's gone. Well, is he sick or is he on vacation? He's in class. Oh yeah, sure, he was in class. That's right. Develop. We don't do art, so basically we have to wait on him. That's good enough. Finish it. We have some money. How is our computer doing? Yeah, it's time to hire cleaning and IT support. Just call them in for once. And once we have our first designing deal, we can actually hire them for every day, basically. We are losing money, I know, don't worry. It will go pretty well. And let's continue. By the way, if you hear something different about the mic, that could be very possible. I have 1, repositioned my mic, and 2, I have tried to, mess around a little bit with the settings. So let me know how it sounds for you guys, if it's better or not. I think it should be better right now. But yeah, you never know. Sometimes people disagree, and let me know what is different about the sound, if you actually hear a difference about the sound of the mic, not the audio of the game, but the mic. Now we're gonna finish that one. And yeah, basically let me know how you think it sounds now. But yeah, we're gonna end it here. I'm sorry you didn't get to the actual designing deal part, because that's the main thing we're gonna make money with, but that we're gonna do probably in the next episode. I'm gonna at least show you guys that. Yeah, we're back with Alpha 11. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to leave a like and or a comment, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, because you don't want to miss out on this awesome game and other games. We're gonna bring back Airport CEO pretty soon, and we're of course gonna play Planet Zoo in the future when it comes out in full release at the 5th of November. So yeah, that's been it. As always, I've been Hipbone, you've been yourself. Thanks for being awesome, and thanks for watching.